Chase sees Finn drinking at Gregory's memorial. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel General Hospital Update. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Friends and family gather to say goodbye to Gregory, and Finn turns to alcohol after the Memorial General Hospital. Natalia and Blaze argue over Christina, and Christina and Molly come to an understanding. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Meet the other woman, who may break up General Hospital's Finn and Liz for good. At home, Chase scribbles some notes down on a piece of paper. He grabs some coffee, and Brooklyn brings him his suit. After changing, he grabs the box with his father's ashes. At Finn's, he signs for Gregory's medical equipment to be taken away. Later, he combs Violet's hair. Chase and Brooklyn meet Finn and Violet at his place as they are about to leave. Finn sees the box Chase is holding and wishes he had left it in the car, but Chase says he couldn't set him down and walk away. They arrive at the park and meet Liz, Aiden, and Jake. Alexis and Tracy are also there. They make their way to Gregory's favorite bench and tree. A plaque honoring Gregory has been placed on the bench. Chase gives Finn the box, and Violet kisses it. Chase thanks them all for coming and speaks about his father and how the disease that struck him can't steal from him anymore. He never knew his father to be religious, but he found a prayer card he used as a bookmark with a psalm on it. He hands it to Finn, who reads it. Finn says this was one of his dad's favorite spots, so it's fitting they are doing this here. A place that gave him so much joy. He would come up here and read to Violet. Even later, when the climb up the hill became too much, he insisted he would make it on his own without help. Chase opens up for anyone to share memories and stories about his father. Liz speaks about how Gregory took her in under his father's umbrella. He would listen to her and encourage her to open up. He would give her understanding and support. She thanks Chase and Finn for sharing their dad with them. More. Lucky's impact on Liz's future with Finn. Alexis speaks about how ALS is a devastating disease that takes resolve to handle, and Gregory had a lot of resolve. He made her aware of the limitations she put on her own life, and only Gregory could have convinced her to jump out of a plane. She also says they had a big, passionate kiss at the end on the tarmac, a memory she'll have forever. She also says if not for Gregory, she might not have tried to get her law license back. Finn wishes he could have learned forgiveness from his father, and he's sorry it took him so long to learn how to become the son his father deserved. He had an example in Chase, it just took him too long to learn it. Tracy speaks about how Gregory didn't suffer fools, and while she doesn't have a lot of friends, Gregory was a great friend to her. She says he was also a missed opportunity. If she had known him sooner, longer, better. Would it have been? She doesn't get to know. The moral of this story is that if an opportunity doesn't present itself, make one. She says contrary to conventional wisdom, you can miss what you didn't have. Brooklyn says she thought of Gregory as a wizard, a man who created her beautiful husband and gave Chase to her in that church on their wedding day. She says because of Gregory, she knows magic is real. Violet decides to recite a poem that her grandpa used to read to her. She hopes he's happy. Chase speaks last and says it will be a long time before he lives up to his father's example. His father actually thought no one needed improving, though he did say Violet was perfect. He goes on about how his dad taught him to find something remarkable in every person they meet. Chase then scatters some of the ashes and lets Finn finish. Everyone gathers at the Metro Court patio area after the services. Tracy and Brooklyn do shots to honor Gregory as he once convinced Tracy to do a shot with him. They gown them, and Tracy asks how Chase is doing. Brooklyn says he's sad, but it's Finn she's worried about. She says she and Chase thought Violet could come to stay with them so Finn could grieve. Tracy says they are both grieving, and she doubts Finn wants to be separated from her. Alexis tells Finn it was a beautiful service and offers to take him to a meeting if he needs one. He says he is focused on spending time with Violet but wants to know about that kiss she mentioned. Did she and his dad have a romance he didn't know about? She admits she was too cowardly to fall in love with a man who was dying. Brooklyn checks on Chase. He says his father's death made him realize they'd never know how much time they have. so he'll always tell her how much he loves her every time he has to walk away from her. Liz checks in with Finn and asks if he's feeling more settled after the memorial. Finn says he is, but he isn't sure if he's just convincing himself of that. People finally begin to head out. Liz thanks Tracy for arranging this, and then she thanks Chase for just being himself. She takes off with the boys, but first asks Chase to let his brother know that she'll see him later. Brooke Lynn checks on Violet as Chase looks for Finn. He ends up finding Finn downing shots. More, Cynthia Watrous on Nina's new lover. Christina meets Molly at the courthouse and is hoping to take her out for a snack. Molly says she has back-to-back sessions, so Christina says she'll wait and finish some work. Molly finally gets out of court. Christina asks if she can take her to lunch, but Molly says she has a staff meeting. They make small talk, and Christina finally reveals that she knows Molly knows what happened after the wedding and is standing here pretending she doesn't. Molly says she clearly didn't want her to know about the events. She picked up on what happened based on a simple remark Blaze made. And then she grilled her, and she probably won't ever forgive her. Christina says Blaze is very forgiving. Molly says if she is not checking in on her and the baby is the boundary she needs, she will respect that. Christina and Molly come to an understanding. At the recording studio, Blaze tells her mom she feels bad re-recording this track without Brooke Lynn. Natalia says they already had the studio booked, and they couldn't have known Gregory would pass. Natalia notices her daughter is lacking energy and notes perhaps she can borrow some from Christina. Blaze says Christina isn't coming. She shared something about her with her sister that she shouldn't have, and they may be over. Natalia is sorry and says heartbreaks suck and some relationships are not meant to last. Blaze thought they would last. Natalia reminds her she has pride and enormous talent, which should get her through this session. Blaze to go get set up, and Natalia talks to the engineer. He admits he's surprised they're redoing the single, as he thought it was perfect. Natalia thinks they can make the single and next few tracks better and gives him some notes she made. Blaze begins to record a track about love and what it's like being without someone. The engineer notes to Natalia that Blaze's first takes are usually rough, but eventually, she gets it. Blaze stops and says she needs a minute. The engineer wonders if he should call Brooke Lynn. Natalia says they don't need her for this. Natalia checks on Blaze and asks what she needs. Blaze isn't feeling the music today. She feels like a fraud singing about love, and every word coming out of her mouth is a lie, which is what everyone listening to it will hear. Natalia asks if she should call Christina for her. Blaze says if Christina wanted to come, she would have, and she probably feels too hurt and betrayed to be around her. Natalia asks what happened, but Blaze says she doesn't want to go into it and asks her mother not to ask Sonny about it either. Natalia hopes she's now releasing that these types of relationships aren't real, they are infatuations. Blaze says she knows the difference between fans, stalkers, and real people. Natalia thinks perhaps she mistook Christina's fandom as love and sex isn't love. Blaze says she's getting angry now and wants her mother to go so she can finish recording. Natalia says it's a mother's job to tell their child hard truths. Blaze gets back to the recording as her mother listens. Blaze nails the second take, singing her heart out. The engineer tells Natalia she's killing it. Christina shows up, and she and Blaze lock eyes and smile. Natalia seems to show a bit of emotion as she too smiles. On the next General Hospital, Joss messes up her first day lifeguarding. Trina asks someone, "Is that something you'd be interested in?" Christina tells Natalia they should let Ali decide what she wants. Violet admits to Maxie she's worried about her dad. Finn says, "I don't know if I could have done what you did." Brooke Lynn confesses to Chase she was worried about this, and he wishes she would have said something. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel.